check my thoughts and submit it to people I'm accountable to. And
he submitted it to people who he's accountable to, apparently, from what he's saying. But who is he really accountable to? And why did they not tell him that this is bad? This is a bad look, referring to Jesus as a stripper. Apparently, he submitted that to people he's accountable to people who may be an authority or a leader in his life. But apparently, from his statement, they said nothing's wrong with it.
My wife and
his wife,
bunch of people, and yeah, I still stand by it. So, you know, but I realized that some people don't have full context, and some people
what context do you need? What context?
Don't want full context, and if it's wildly offensive and
wildly offensive,
distasteful, so I understand it, and for the context that I said it in to the congregation that I said it to, I stand by what I said. So yeah,
it doesn't matter the congregation. Saying that in any congregation is horrible. Horrible.
It affected me, and you know, stuff goes viral, and people will only take 90 seconds. They won't investigate context.
Again, you don't need context for that. I can hear you say Jesus is a stripper. Refer to him as a stripper. Just that one sentence, that 5-second clip of however long it takes to say that sentence. Well, not 5 seconds. That's like 1 second, Jesus. I don't even want to repeat it. But I can just hear that and be like, hey, you shouldn't be saying that.
And it is what it is. Like, it just is what it is.
Not really. You can retract the statement. God's grace is infinite. So you mess up in the past, you can retract it. And it doesn't have to be what it was. It's really about your relationship with the Lord. And I know that's not a good look. I know God doesn't look at that and it's like, I'm glad that you said that, son. I'm glad that you referred to me as a stripper. Like, that's not in God's character to want people to say that about him. It just isn't.
No, I'm just never going to be that person.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. Like, I'm not a debater. I'm not a very argumentative person. I'm curious about people's context, and I take a lot into consideration and a lot under advisement. And that's that. So I really don't have a lot to say about it besides that.
So with all of it happening, I think it's really easy for people to make content about influential people, and they can pick apart anything.
True.
And they're safe.
It's not picking apart stuff. I'm trying to remember his name. I don't remember his name, but it's not about picking apart things. It's about the actual statement is horrible. It's not like we're just picking apart his sermon and just taking things out of context, as I went over earlier.
Safe place.
But you see his whole team basically agrees with everything he's doing, which kind of makes sense because he's employing them. He's paying them. So, you know, if they want to keep a paycheck, you probably want to agree with the person who's paying you if you want to remain in that job, at least.